I swallow.
You are live with Morgan Holder, third down with Morgan Holder. I am Morgan.
And I'm Holder.
And that's my partner in crime. I'd like to give a shout out to First Take, PTI, and Undisputed.
Who?
You heard what I said. Don't play games. You know what I said.
Why do you do that every week?
Because that's the three best shows.
It's just not right, dude. It's not right.
Who's your guys, Holder?
It's just not right. I like the guys from the pivot. Speak for yourself and get up.
The who? I don't think I've ever heard those.
The pivot.
I don't think I've ever heard those.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh my God. See, you're not a football fan, obviously.
I think I am. I mean, especially I beat you this week. So I did beat you this week. I lost 4 games to what? You lost what?
I didn't say you didn't beat me. I just said I beg to differ that you're a football fan.
I beat you this week. You beat me last week. It's 1-1. Holder, I know you don't watch too much of the Panthers games or anything like that, but Robbie Anderson, he got into it with his coaching staff over the weekend during a game, by the way, and then gets traded the next day.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I know that he got in trouble with his position coach.
Yeah, he got in trouble. Yeah, so the interim coach. He got into it with him. He made him leave the field because of everything going on. I don't know if it's because.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that they made him leave. But here's the problem I have. Now, what has Robbie Anderson done?
He hasn't done anything, but he is one of the best receivers Panthers has on that. Well, did have on that team, and he wanted the ball. He wanted to win. When he was on the field, they wasn't down by much. Took him out, and they lost. I mean, that says something. So, my question, and I'm pretty sure our audience's question, Holder, with Hollywood Brown, with this season potentially over with, where do you see Robbie Anderson going with Arizona? I mean, they got D-Hop coming back this week. Do you think it's going to be a tough matchup with Robbie Anderson and D-Hop, or do you think D-Hop's going to be the number one guy still?
No, D-Hop's hands down the number one guy. I mean, I don't think Robbie Anderson can tie D-Hop's shoes, man. I don't think there's a comparison there. D-Hop is a far better receiver than he is. D-Hop is aggressive.
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson, I don't know. I don't think there's like a competition there.
I mean, they didn't give up much. They gave up a 6th-round pick for next year and a 2025 7th-round pick. I mean, they didn't give up much. So that tells me back in my mind, are they going to keep him for next year, or is this going to be a one-and-done thing for them? I guess we'll have to wait and find out.
It just depends. I mean, Robbie Anderson kind of falls under the Fuller. Remember Fuller that was with
the Texans?
Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're kind of similar to me.
Oh, I think Fuller is way better, but I mean, again, I don't watch a lot of Panthers games either, but I guess we'll find out when he plays with Arizona.
Didn't they bench your boy Mayfield?
He's hurt. He is hurt, and he's not my boy. He is not my boy. Don't lie on national. Don't lie. Don't lie. That's your best friend. You liked him. You was hoping Pittsburgh got him.
Yeah, right.
I remember you praying, talk about, yes, I can't wait. I hope we trade for him.
You know what? Before you start digging holes that you can't pull your 6 foot minus out of, because what are you, like 5'2" or something?
I'm not gonna tell you my height on the radio, or I'm not gonna tell you the height.
Well,
not doing
5'2", everybody. If you've ever had to get in the car behind her, you will definitely hurt your chest on the steering wheel. Okay.
My seat ain't that far up.
Anyways, before you dig yourself any deeper, what's the next subject, please?
Well, we got Cam Akers. His days being a Ram is coming to an end. It seems like the Rams they didn't let him practice last week. He didn't play no game. Now he's on the trading block. I mean, he's not a big name running back, but he can get you some yards. I think he'd be a good fit for a team that needs a nice second string backup. behind somebody?
I don't know. Where would he go? Denver?
Oh God.
Seattle?
I mean, those two teams will be a good ideal because Seattle really don't have a number one running back, and Denver's running back, he's out for the year. That was good. I mean, because Melvin Gordon in Denver is not that great like he used to be. I mean, you have what was it, KJ Walker or something like that? That's Seattle's running back now for right now. I mean, so I don't know, man. I was thinking maybe Arizona. I mean, maybe Arizona would be a good place for him. Uh,
Not my concern. Wherever he lands, hopefully he'll contribute.
He's going to Pittsburgh.
No, we don't need that. Sorry.
You know what? We're going to be happy about this next one. Carson Wentz is out 4 weeks with a surgery repaired finger on his throwing hand.
I love that one. I love that one because he's useless anyway. They'll probably do better
with him on the bench
throwing with a bad finger.
I think the bench quarterback. I think he's gonna come in and I think he'll take Carson Wentz's place.
I don't. The Commanders, they're having too many issues out there. I don't think that team is poised for anything.
I'm hoping they trade Chase Young. I would like that. I mean, he'd be a good addition. I don't think it would happen though.
There's too much going on with that franchise.
Definitely, especially with Snyder saying that he has evidence of owners and Roger Goodell, being doing bad. I guess we've got to wait and see about that one. I'd like to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then you have Robert. You have Robert Rivera. Was talking down on his quarterback. Then he tried to change it up. Ron Rivera. My bad. I said Robert, didn't I? My bad. Ron Rivera. Yeah, you had him talking bad about Carson Wentz, and you try to back it up like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Like, no, you meant what you said, dude. Like,
yeah. Well, again, that franchise they're drowning right now.
Yeah, I don't see them going anywhere for the next couple of years. So, what about some upsets? What is your favorite upset of the week? I mean, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say Pittsburgh. I know that.
Pittsburgh versus Tampa, of course. But, for me, it's an upset to the odds makers.
Oh, definitely.
Pittsburgh, I've never had faith in Tampa like you have with their receivers and Fournette. And, I just never believed that they were. Now, the defense is another thing. But
defense is good. Hold on.
Talent,
I'm going to stop you for a second. Hold on. You don't have faith in Evans?
No, I never
have.
Never have.
He's a multi-time Pro Bowler.
He is. Do you think he's an HOF wide receiver?
I would have him on the Vikings if I could. Yes,
he
is a Hall of Fame. Yes, he's going to be a Hall of Fame. Yes.
I don't
First ballot, going to be Hall of Fame. Come on now.
I don't think so.
What?
I've never had. He's
over 1,000 yards. Over 1,000 yards receiving, and for since he's been in the league, he has not had a bad year at all.
What was your upset?
You break my heart. I'm about to cry. Man, my upset, them Falcons. I can't believe they flew past the 49ers like they did, 28-14. I thought the Niners defense was going to be like unstoppable and a force to be messed with against the Falcons, but I was wrong. I mean, the Falcons, they was 2-3, now they're 3-3. That makes the Niners 3-3.
They are an NFL team.
Yeah, barely.
You never know. I mean, every week you never know.
You think Marcus is a good quarterback? You think Marcus Mariota is a good quarterback?
I think Marcus Mariota was a good. good quarterback.
I mean, he crushed the 49ers D with 2 passing touchdowns.
If he's put in the right system, he could be a great quarterback. But this isn't college football.
I'm not going to say.
Football.
I'm not going to say great quarterback.
Chip Kelly was a great system. That's why Marcus Mariota went high in the draft.
Yeah, but you got to think though, college is different from NFL, and I've told you this a lot of times.
I said that.
So, I mean,
that system made him a great quarterback.
I'll give it to you there. Yeah, in college, yes. When he went to Tennessee, I think that's what messed his head up. I think when he went to Tennessee, and they was the worst, almost one of the worst teams when he came in, I think that's what hurt him.
If Chip Kelly could have got him in Philadelphia,
oh man,
when they had Shady McCoy and Jackson as a receiver,
they would have had a good offense for sure. But I'm not gonna say it's gonna be
a good team.
I'm not gonna say it would have been like a Super Bowl or a playoff contender, but that would have been good.
It would have been something the NFL never seen. It would have been hard to figure them out because they didn't have anything on tape, the type of offense that Chip Kelly was going to run. So it would have gave a lot of teams fits if they don't have film to watch. They would actually have to look at college film.
It's what if, what could. It never happened.
It never happened.
It never happened. Jimmy G, I mean, he didn't do bad, but he didn't do good either. I mean, 29 out of 41 for 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
That's not good.
That's what I'm saying. It's not good, but it's not bad.
It's horrible. 29 out of 41.
I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. I mean,
plus picks.
I mean, Debo was. I mean, he was shut down for the most part. I mean, 10 targets.
Didn't do enough, obviously.
10 targets, 7 catches for 79 yards. I mean, that's not like Debo. Debo Samuel is really good. I don't know what the Falcons was doing. I don't know. I don't know if they was playing zone, man to man. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
you know what makes me happy though? And I know we probably got some subscribers and listeners who's a fan of this team, I'm about to say, but the Packers. I'm glad they lost. I'm happy they lost. That makes me happy.
You're in there. The Vikings are in there.
Exactly.
Of course you're happy.
Exactly. I'm happy they lost. I just can't believe they lost against the Jets. I mean, the Jets are 4-2. They beat the Packers 27-10. 27-10. I'm puzzled because the Jets hasn't been 4.
How often do the Packers face the Jets?
Not often, but here's the thing.
They don't know anything about.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The Jets hasn't been 4-2 since 12 years ago. 12 years ago. 4-2.
I understand that.
But
when does it end? When does that streak end? When do they hit the brick wall?
Man, I think the Packers hit the brick wall. They fell 3-3. I mean, Wilson.
Yeah, but you never count the Packers out.
That's true. But here's the thing, though. They have no good wide receivers over there. So I'm counting them out. I'm sorry.
You can count them out. I'm sure there are some listeners out there that disagree. You never count the Packers out.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
With Aaron Rodgers back there, even though he isn't having a great season.
Oh, he's not. I mean, there was fans chanting to trade him. I mean, and it's not his fault that the team is falling apart. The receivers, they can't run routes. They can't catch balls. I don't know what else they want him to do. I mean, he can't throw the ball to himself and catch it. I mean, he was sacked 4 times, so it tells me the line ain't that good. You can't block and throw the ball at the same time either. You can't do it.
Well, every team has growing pains, and as the season progresses, they will start to get some type of chemistry. Hopefully,
I mean,
for you, hopefully not. But
so here's my question, and I want the listeners to chime in on this as well if they can. Do you think this is Aaron Rodgers last year in Green Bay? I believe it is. I believe he's done in Green Bay. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's coming back as Green Bay next year.
Oh, they gave him a pretty fat contract.
They did, but I think he's going to retire or demand a trade. I mean,
I think he's going to be back. I mean, that's just too much money to play
It is. It is too much money. I can't disagree with you on there. But again, they're falling apart, and people, if fans is blaming Rodgers, why would you want to stay and listen to fans blame you?
The fans aren't paying him.
I have to agree to disagree.
The Packers are, even though the fans.
I mean, they're buying tickets. They're buying
the franchise because they buy into the franchise.
Exactly.
Every ticket purchaser has a piece of that stadium. Right. So
here's my take on Rodgers. I like the guy as a quarterback. Outside of that, I don't like him. Go ahead, retire, and be part owner with the Milwaukee Bucks like you have been. I mean, at least you have a championship there.
We can beat this dead horse forever because you're an NFC North.
Speaking of horses, the Colts. Yes, they got another win, but they barely beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I know what you're going to say before you say anything. I know what you're going to say. It's a divisional game. I got it. I know what she's going to say.
Regardless of you knowing what I was going to say, it's about time. The Colts are clearly a better talented team than Jacksonville, with the exception of Jacksonville's front seven.
I can't say that because I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be way better than Matt Ryan.
Well, he is. But overall, as a team, the Colts are a more talented football team. Not individually, but overall as a team. The Colts have a lot of Pro Bowlers on that team. That defense isn't a punk, if you will. And neither is Jacksonville's, but, over the years, the Colts clearly should have beat Jacksonville in all those games. Even though they were divisional games, you're a stats guy. Stats show that the Colts were supposed to win those games.
Definitely, especially last year. The Colts were supposed to win last year. They did not win last year. And I get it. I know this is a new year. I know people's going to say, Sean, this is a new year. What are you talking about? That was last year. Get over it, right? I know what they're going to say. But if the Colts would have beat Jacksonville last year, they would have made the playoffs. They lost against Jacksonville, which helped out the Pittsburgh Steelers to get in. It's I get it. It's like a chess game, right? It's like a chess game, not checkers, chess. If you know that if you have to win a game, you should maybe, hopefully, pipe down, not let the stress or the moment of, we got to win this game get to you, because you can win that game. If you stop and put everything to the side, you can win the game.
Well, distractions are part of the game. So
I mean, Matt Ryan he had a good. I'm gonna say good. He had an all right game. Matt Ryan had an all right game. 3 touchdowns, 389 yards, but he went 42 for 58. Ugh. It's not good, but it's not bad. It's not great. But he got the win.
Yeah, but what does that say? I mean, if you're throwing the ball that much,
run. I mean,
that's saying something about your running game, and you have a premier
running back. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. They got some good receivers. I mean, Michael Pittman Jr. is one of them. He's really good. But you have a good running back. Let him run the ball, especially against Jacksonville. Wear that defense. Wear it down. Play action, over the top, touchdown. I don't know.
I mean, he's Matt Ryan's getting up there, and
I think this is gonna be his last year.
Ball 58 times.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. He reminds me of so much of Phillip Rivers when Rivers played for the Colts, throwing the ball so many times, and he, I don't know. You're not getting young. You're not getting young. What about the Giants? Giants done upset Baltimore by 4 points. A win's a win, but they beat them by 4 points. Lamar Jackson, terrible game. 17 for 32, Jackson. You want a big contract, but you're not playing like it. Especially against that defense of the Giants. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
1 touchdown, 1
what was
interception,
that? How many yards did Kenyon Drake have?
119. 119 yards rushing. I just don't get it. That Giants defense is not that great, but you did terrible against that defense. 17 for 32.
Well, I mean, look at Baltimore. Baltimore has lost how many games, and they were winning by double digits?
I mean, they're 3-3, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
they lost 3 games and they were winning by double digits.
I don't
How
get
does
it.
that happen?
And here's the sad part. Barkley only had 83 yards with 22 carries. That is terrible.
But do you blame those sequence of losses with?
I'm blaming defense. I gotta blame the defense.
Lead, do you blame Lamar or do you blame the defense?
I gotta blame the defense. But if Lamar had a good game against Giants, they would never lost. I mean, he went, like I said, he went 17 for 32. 17 for 32. 17 for 32. Let that sink in.
Terrible.
I mean, I could see if he did 22 for 20 or for 22 for 32, and I could definitely blame defense then. But this is on Lamar Jackson as well. You have to play a great against a mediocre defense. I know the Giants lost 1 game against the Cowboys, but that defense is mediocre. Daniel Jones ain't that good.
No, there's something going on there. I just don't know if that's coaching, if that's just guys buying into the program. I don't know.
It could be both. It could be people buying into the program. It could be coaching. I mean, I don't see Jackson getting this big contract he wants. I don't see it. I don't. They might have to French tag him.
See it either.
They might have to French tag him. Holder, you know what's going to be happy?
I don't see it.
You know what? You're going to be happy about this one. Let me tell you why you're going to be happy. You ready for it? Your Pittsburgh Steelers got their 2nd win this week. And they beat over Tom Brady's crying baby self and Tampa Bay. How does that make you feel?
Really?
Yeah, how does it make you feel
Let me tell you first and foremost. I have Pitt winning every game this year.
I know.
But I don't like TB12.
You mean Crybaby, by the way, Crybaby.
And again, I mean, he's going through a lot off the field.
Everybody goes through a lot. I mean,
yeah, but he's the face of the NFL.
He's
the face.
Yes,
he's the face of the
yes,
NFL
yes, but
because they label him the GOAT. He's got 7 rings.
He does have. So you mean wondering without cheating? Because I don't think he cheated with Tampa Bay. He cheated the other 6.
He should only have 5, technically.
I'm just saying.
But still, that's a lot of rings.
It is. But
he's in the spotlight. He's in the spotlight. A, because he's aging. B, because he's having marital problems.
Yeah, but he's having those problems because he wanted to retire, and then all of a sudden, Brett Favre, I'm not going to retire. I'm coming back. Like, you already said you retired. Retire. Spend time with your family. Now, look at you now.
Well, he was licking his chops because he saw that a lot of the NFC teams weren't really going to be that great this year.
And now look.
And that was another opportunity for him to get another ring. And
look how it turned out.
Because of that decision, it's costing him his marriage.
I mean, the same thing with Brett Favre. I mean, he retired, came back, and look, he went to the Jets, and then he went to Minnesota, and finally retired.
Oh, Brett Favre is an idiot. I don't even know. Is he anywhere on our list of things?
No, I'm just saying.
He's terrible.
Brady's just like that.
Brady.
So my question, off the Crybaby, my question is for you, since you're a Steelers fan. Do you think Pickett would have had a better game than Trubisky? I mean, before
Pickett wasn't doing bad. He wasn't doing bad. He didn't have a lot. I think he had like 80 some odd passing yards.
67 before he got hurt with a touchdown. But he only went 11 for 18. I think if he would have stayed in that game, I think he would have went almost perfect.
Well, his passer rating would have still been okay. He just, it just takes time. He's a rookie. I think he's doing outstanding as a rookie.
Definitely. I mean, everybody.
Because he did what a backup is supposed to do: come in and finish the game. And that's it. He's not a long-term guy. He's not your leader. He's not. He's a backup.
If he was a leader,
that's what it is.
If Mitch was a leader, Pittsburgh wouldn't be in the position that they are right now. They would have won more in 2 games.
Yeah, I really wish that they just let him go. Honestly, I mean, I don't really care for Mason Rudolph either, but
I think they should trade both of them. Trade both of them. I would say Clay.
Both. We don't have a quarterback.
Sign one. It's somebody after cheap. I would say trade Claypool, but with his outstanding performance this game, I think give him another shot. Give him another shot and see what he does. 7 catches for 96 yards. He actually used his hands this time. So
I don't know. I think he's still got a lot to prove. If they don't trade him, I think they'll do something with him next year.
I mean,
because the trade deadline ends when 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, the Bears might not want. I mean, I know the Bears wanted Claypool. Beginning of the year. Maybe that's that. Maybe that's a good option. Maybe trade him to the Bears. Get something for him. Get a couple of picks or something for him. But I don't know.
I'd like to get Roquan Smith.
I don't.
Claypool and a 4th rounder.
I don't think the Bears are going to give up Smith that easy. If that was the case, they would have already done it when the Bills wanted him. I'm just saying.
Well, if they don't come close to what they want, I don't think Roquan is going to play his best football after the trade deadline. He's not going to want to injure himself. He could be a hot prospect for other teams after the season.
Here's my take. Because I'm not 100% sure that this could work, but maybe trade him. Maybe trade him and maybe hopefully get out of his contract. That way comes, off season you have money that you can give out to people that you need on your team. I mean, the whole team is a tragedy. I mean, it really is. It's a hot mess over there. I mean, defense is terrible, offense is even terrible as well. So it's time for rebuilding. It's time to rebuild.
That's what they've been doing.
I mean, they ain't doing.
They're terrible from the ground up, with the exception of Roquan Smith.
I mean, Fields even made a comment like, I'm tired of every year y'all saying almost there. I think he's gonna leave. I think Fields is gonna leave when his rookie's contract is up. He's gonna leave. He wants to win, and he's not a bad quarterback. Speaking of winning, Minnesota keeps on doing it. They beat Miami for the 3rd straight win. And you know what? They did it in good fashion. 24-16, not by 3 points either. I was not sweating this time.
And that's because Bridgewater got hurt again.
Bridgewater finished the game.
Didn't he I thought he got hurt.
No, that was Thompson. That was Thompson. That was their 3rd string quarterback that got hurt.
Okay, but Bridgewater, there was a reason why Thompson was playing and Bridgewater.
Because Bridgewater was he was in protocol, but that day they said he passed everything. So, but they felt comfortable starting Thompson still until he got hurt. I mean, Bridgewater beat us. I mean, he beat that defense up. I mean, granted, he got
beat you, but again, there wasn't enough time left in the game, so you got escaped by the skin of your teeth.
But you know what? A win's a win, and we escaped. We beat them 24-16. It wasn't by 3 points. It wasn't by 2. A win is a win.
Was Bridgewater bringing that team back to life?
He was. That's what I'm saying. He beat our defense.
And he didn't have enough time, but again, I'm not a Bridgewater fan. Even when he was at Louisville, I just didn't.
I mean, you have Hill and Waddle. I mean, you have two outstanding wide receivers.
The Vikings won.
They did.
Okay. They need Barr back, clearly.
No, we don't need Barr back. No, he can stay over in Dallas. We don't need him back. Always hurt. Cost us money. No, we don't need him back. Don't want him. Don't need him. Don't need him.
Calm down. Oh, my God. Drink a soda or something. Gee.
Nobody wants Barr. Dallas is the only team that wanted him, by the way. Nobody wanted him. Speaking of Cowboys, what about Philadelphia? Being the Cowboys, to making them 5-0. I mean, Rush was terrible against Philadelphia. Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. I mean,
you're talking about the Cowboys. I mean, Rush is good. He can't perform miracles.
3 interceptions is not good. He threw 3 interceptions.
How many games did he win when they put him in when Dak got hurt?
From last year to this year, it was 5 games. He won 5 games.
Okay. So he's not terrible. Every quarterback has a bad game. But he can't perform miracles.
I'm not saying he's a miracle worker, but he was supposed to do good. 3 interceptions, 18 for 38. I mean, you have 2 all right receivers, and I don't know. Maybe Hurt is way better than Cooper Rush. I don't know. Maybe Philadelphia Eagles defense is better. Who knows? I'm just glad that Dallas did not win. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I don't like the Eagles, but I'm not a Cowboys fan.
We know you don't like anybody that's not in the NFC North, and even then, you don't like the teams in your division. So,
nope.
You just like Minnesota, and that's it.
Well, hold on now. Hold on, because that's not true. Because clearly, when we started this about a month ago, I told you Chargers were going to win the Super Bowl. So that says something. So I like more than just that one team. And I also told you I also like sort of like Pitt. Speaking of a team, the Chargers. I had them go Super Bowl. Now, I mean, they might make the playoffs. I don't know. They barely beat Denver. In overtime, 19-16.
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
Justin Herbert didn't have a touchdown at all. And this is making his first time not throwing a touchdown in 27 games.
It was a divisional game.
Divisional game still. You supposed to.
It was a divisional game. Now, on paper, yes. LA should have beat them.
I mean, they did beat them, but they should have spanked them.
I don't even think they covered. I mean, I don't do the Vegas thing, but I don't think the Chargers covered.
I mean,
spread.
Justin went 37-57. That's terrible. You went 37, and Denver's defense is not that good. They're not.
Quarterbacks don't have great games every day. Okay.
37-57. That's nowhere near what he should have been against the sorry defense. I mean,
again, not everybody has a big day.
Russell Wilson did. He did way better. I get it. Russell Wilson, he's been there longer.
Corners that get beat, they're not having a good day. You get kickers that miss 4 or 5 field goals and usually are on. They're not having a good day. I mean, if Justin Tucker misses 1 kick, he's having a bad day, and that dude is money.
Justin Tucker is really good, really good. So if he misses a kick,
people have bad days.
You know what? You're right, but you know what else is good? You know it's a good time. You know why it's a good time?
I'm curious.
Week 7 picks are in, and I think I'm gonna do excellent again this week.
Huh.
I don't know what's so funny, but I beat you last week pretty bad. Just
Every dog has his day, but here's your problem this week. You didn't pick upset games. You picked who should win. Who should win? Every week, someone is getting upset.
I just don't see it happening this week that much. I mean, yeah, I just don't see it happening this week.
Did you see it happening last week?
I mean, my luck, Green Bay will lose against Washington, which they do. Not a Green Bay fan, but I got the win this week. So tomorrow night's game is the Saints and Cardinals. We both have Arizona winning.
We do.
I honestly, Arizona should win. I mean, hands down on paper, Arizona is better than the Saints. They should win, hands down. But anything's possible, especially if the Red Rifle is playing. Anything is possible.
Red Rifle played pretty good his last game.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If he's starting, Saints might win. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see tomorrow night.
Yeah, he'll probably play like a red BB gun. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. So Atlanta and Cincinnati is playing. We both had the Bengals winning. I'm just curious why you got the Bengals winning, since that's a divisional
they're in the
team.
jungle for one.
That's right.
And again, they know that the bullseye is on their back.
Let me tell you why I got
Everybody's coming for them.
Let me tell you why I got the Bengals winning. I like Jamar Chase. Hands down, I like Chase. I like Joe Burrow. You have a good quarterback and a good receiver. I like the odds. That's why I got them winning. But I mean,
I didn't hear you mention Mixon. Not sold on Mixon, huh?
No, not yet. I mean, he's good. I'm just not sold on him. I mean, can Atlanta keep up the pace and maybe beat the Bengals like they did the 49ers? I think Cincinnati is way better than the 49ers, hands down paper with stats. Bengals is way better than the 49ers, but I guess we'll wait and see Sunday.
I guess we will.
I'm just curious about this. Why did you pick the Lions to beat the Cowboys? I'm just curious. Prescott's coming back. Prescott is coming back against the Lions, and he's gonna beat the Lions defense. He's gonna beat them. I don't know why you got Detroit beating Dallas. I don't like Dallas.
With his mind on his injury, and he's not going to be 100% focused. And time again, you can't count out Detroit.
That's true, but Dallas needs to win this game to stay in line for the playoffs.
Right?
I'm just saying.
You got to beat Detroit, right?
Yeah, by 3.
Okay. But you thought Detroit was going to win that game.
Look, that was the past, okay? This is the future.
And do you think Minnesota's better than Dallas?
Of course they're better. I mean, have you seen the record?
And you think Dallas can beat Detroit?
I think Dallas can beat Detroit, yes. I mean, granted, that the Eagles barely beat us, but they put a whooping on Dallas. I still think Dallas is going to beat Detroit. Yes. Hands down. Pen to paper, Dallas is way better than Detroit Lions. Offensively and defensively.
Pen to paper, yes. But I believe that, again, each week you have to pick an upset. And this is the perfect upset game.
You know what? You might be right. I guess we'll wait to find out Sunday, huh?
I mean, you can't always go pen to paper.
That's true.
What's happened?
But I did last week. I did last week, and look what happened. You got quiet there.
What's the next game? What's the next?
You got quiet. What? You got quiet.
You beat me this past week in picks. Let it go. It's over. Okay.
So before we move on, I want the listeners and subscribers to know why I'm so happy I beat you. Because 9 times out of 10, you always kick my butt in picks. So I'm taking this win. And I'm running with it. So that's why I'm happy.
Okay, so you were the upset, right?
That's why I was happy. Next pick is the Colts in Tennessee. I'm picking Tennessee because A, they're playing in Nashville, and 2, I don't think Colts' defense is going to stop Henry. I just don't see that happening. They haven't stopped him yet. So what makes this?
My friend, I think I picked Tennessee as well.
You
but
did.
In the back of my mind,
I just don't see
divisional game.
It is, but I just don't see Matt Ryan beating Tennessee. I don't.
You have that much faith in Tannehill?
Over Matt Ryan, yeah. I mean,
like I said, I picked Tennessee. They don't have AJ anymore.
They don't. I mean, they're relying on Henry to do all the workload.
I picked Tennessee because of the statistics. I'm not a stats guy, but I really believe that they're better talented team.
You know, the next pick, I just can't believe I did this. I mean, I got the Packers beating Washington. I mean, hands down, Packers are better than Washington, but I can't believe that I'm going with this pick. I just can't believe it.
Why? Washington is a team in turmoil.
Why? Because the Packers are in my division, and I want the Packers to keep losing. But I got them beating Washington. Just can't.
Washington is a team in turmoil, like I said.
They are. I mean, but here's the thing. When was Washington ever good? When's the last time it was good? When was the last time they was good?
When Chase Young was in the
game. You got me there. Yes. The question is when he comes back, how good are they going to be? It's the question.
It'll be too late.
I mean, we're not halfway there yet, but I think he should just go ahead because he's still not 100% for his ACL. I think he should just go ahead and sit the rest of the year out. Come back next year stronger, hungrier. That's my opinion. We got
if you were paying Chase Young, okay.
I know.
But they want to get him on the field as soon as possible.
Yeah, but he's their franchise player. Do you think that?
Do you risk it?
Exactly. Well, do you risk his injury to get injured again? Me personally, I wouldn't. Well,
let's let our listeners get in on this one. Would you play Chase Young, even though the team we don't think is going anywhere?
I know they're not.
Would you sit him out, get a good draft class, and just play him next year?
I'm not saying.
Right in. Hey, Morgan, tell them how to contact us and voice their opinion.
You can contact us on our YouTube channel, Third Down with Morgan Holder, or you can email us at thirddownwithmorganholder@gmail.com. That's what you guys can do, and we'll get back with you. Like we have been, we talk about it on our next show, but we'll always get back with you and let the listeners know what you guys have to say. Simple, right? Next pick. I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I picked Tom Brady's team to win.
Really?
I can't believe I did it. I mean, Carolina sucks, but I don't like Tampa Bay. I just don't like them.
Well, the unfortunate part of this thing is you have to pick a team, okay?
I know. I did.
Regardless of Carolina's status and TB12, you have to pick one.
I mean,
you chose Tampa Bay because you want to beat me in these picks.
That's true.
I chose Tampa Bay.
And speaking of Carolina
smells, they don't have Robbie Anderson, their quarterback. And who is he? Another team in turmoil.
I'm glad you said that because that brings my other. And I should have said this earlier. Christian McCaffrey. I can't believe the Carolina Panthers put him on the trading block.
He's always hurt.
No, I mean he's been playing good this year. I just don't. Hold on, I'm just gonna ask this. I just gotta ask this question. When you did your next pick, was you blind? Was you drunk? Or was you just tired? Because you got Jacksonville beating the Giants.
Excuse me?
You heard me right.
You think? See, I'm not on the Giants bandwagon.
I'm not on the bandwagon
because they're winning games. Okay.
I think the Giants is way better than Jacksonville.
So you think Danny Dimes is not going to face any pressure from that Jacksonville front seven, and he's going to be on the money?
I'm not saying that's not going to happen. What I'm saying is, again, the Giants is better than Jacksonville. So to answer your question, I think Daniel Jones, because he's not only he don't sit in the pocket. He can take off and run. I think he's going to have a good game.
So you're saying none of the guys on that defense is fast enough to run down Jones?
No.
This is the game. This is the game where you're going to wear the pink tutu.
I'm not wearing. I'm not agreeing to that.
Jacksonville.
Not agreeing to it. Not agreeing to it. Not doing it. Mm-mm. I want you listeners to know I'm not agreeing to that deal.
You seem to be on the Giants bandwagon.
I'm not on the bandwagon. I'm just saying that Giants, hands down, is better than Jacksonville. I'm a stats guy. That's why I'm going with Jack. That's why I'm going.
The confidence in the Giants. Say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to wear the tutu because the Giants are going to win, hands down.
You know what? You want that deal? Well, you got that deal. If they lose, I will wear a pink tutu. But if they win, you have to wear a Minnesota Vikings t-shirt for the rest of the year. I'd be glad to get you one.
You have to wear a pink tutu for the rest of the year.
That's fine with me. Fine with me.
With a photo to post.
You got to do the same thing with the Minnesota t-shirt.
Hey, I'd rather do that than be on the internet.
It's you know what? It's all fun and games because I know the Giants are going to win. Hands down, I know the Giants are going to win. Do you have that faith in Jacksonville to wear that Minnesota t-shirt for the rest of the year?
I do.
Okay.
And if you say it's a bet,
it's a bet.
You can't back out of it.
It's a bet. It is a
you're
bet.
You're going to wear a tutu, so now look. Here's the thing.
But you know what's crazy? You didn't say
that tutu Monday, okay?
That's fine. That's fine because you know what? You didn't tell you.
I still got to go buy it.
You didn't tell me.
This, I got to do that.
You didn't tell me how I got to wear it, so I can top my head. I can hold it on my shoulder. So yes, that's a bet.
No.
You can't back that now. Can't change it now.
Putting it on your body.
Nope. My head is my body. You can't change it.
And the shoes to match.
No, we didn't say the shoes. We didn't say no shoes. We said
what do you
pink
mean?
tutu. We didn't say no shoes.
Okay, so we all know that you're not going to do it. So move on to the next game because I'm wasting my time. Basically, my picks are going to be better.
If I got to wear the shoes, then you have to wear a Vikings hat with the t-shirt. And you have to send me a picture.
No, that's just too much.
What? If I agree with the tutu and shoes, you won't do the hat and t-shirt.
That hat and t-shirt will cost way more than a tutu.
Okay.
I can't do that. That's not an even thing. All right, you're making me spend money, and I don't have to.
You know what?
Let's type that will pay for that. Just in case.
Let's let our listeners and subscribers chime in next week. There will be a pick between me and Holder. If you want to see Holder wearing a Minnesota hat or in a Minnesota t-shirt, please let us know. Because he won't back down then. All right, Holder. So you got Cleveland beating Baltimore. I got Baltimore winning. I don't think.
Why? Baltimore has lost how many games?
They lost
up by double digits? 3.
Okay, I get that. But do you really think Cleveland's defense is going to stop Lamar Jackson? They haven't done it. They can't do it. But do you really think that's going to happen?
Do you think Baltimore's defense is going to stop Nick Chubb?
So, look, what about...
And if Brissett has a decent game.
You said if. There's a big if there.
Has a decent game.
Do you think Baltimore is going to... Or do you think Baltimore is going to let Cleveland stop Mark Andrews? their big target.
I picked Cleveland. There's an obvious reason why.
And I don't think Miles just coming back that game. I think he's still hurt. I think he's still out.
You said Lamar Jackson isn't going to get a new contract.
Not playing like that.
Said
Not playing like that. So Lamar Jackson.
Baltimore's defense is terrible.
They are terrible.
These are things that you said.
They are terrible. Lamar Jackson wants a contract.
Yeah.
He's going to put a show on. You can't put a show on, have a terrible game, put a show on. He's going to have a great game against Cleveland. That's going to be the homecoming party against Cleveland. After Cleveland, he's going to have a tremendous year. Because you know why? He wants that contract. You can't have a terrible game, then an amazing game, and then a terrible game. No, you can't do that. And Lamar Jackson knows that.
I'm just going to take my shoes off and air my toes out because you're just not making me comfortable, okay?
Please don't take your shoes off. We don't want no stinky smelling over here.
I get it. You're you, I'm me. Let's move on to the next game because I can see you in the pink tutu. It's happening.
We didn't agree on it because you wouldn't agree on the Minnesota Viking hat and T-shirt.
You said the fans.
Yes,
the listeners and subscribers. Now, if they come back and say they'd rather see you in a pink tutu than me in a Vikings T-shirt, and who doesn't want to see a guy in a pink tutu?
But who doesn't want to see somebody wearing a Vikings hat and T-shirt who doesn't like Minnesota? I want to see that.
That's not embarrassing.
You know what?
Tutu
Again, but you
embarrassing. You put your faith in our listeners and subscribers' hands.
You're
going to be in the pink tutu. Make sure you have an Apple phone, right? So I know that'll probably have a sub one,
but
a somewhat good.
But you didn't listen to the conversation. I said there will be a game next week that they gotta pick and tell us what game they want us to see this do it at, right? So we have a bet going on, but they gotta tell us what game they want to see it.
They're going to pick the tutu.
Well, they got to pick. They got to tell us what game to pick, and loser does lose. And...
Oh my God! Here we
go. Anyways, you know what?
Take the tail from between your legs and move forward.
But you know what? I'm glad this bet happened because now, if they want to see you wear this Viking stuff, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna have fun with it too.
Oh my goodness!
The Jets
You're killing me softly.
The Jets and Denver. We both got the Jets winning. I don't see Denver beating the Jets because Denver's offense is terrible, and it shouldn't be because they got some good core and receiving core. Their defense is terrible as well, and I think Zach Wilson's going to have a tremendous game. I think he's going to be phenomenal against Denver this week.
Okay, well I picked the Jets too, but what if Zach gets hurt? What if Zach goes into
Then Joe Flacco comes on the field, and he's going to
protocol.
Then you got Flacco back. Flacco's going to put on a show against Denver. When Zach Wilson went down for a couple of games, Flacco had an amazing game. Amazing game. They won 2 games with him. So I think Flacco can beat the Broncos.
I wouldn't say amazing. He had some good games.
No, he was phenomenal.
It's not like he threw 5 touchdowns in one game.
Close.
He had some good games.
He played like the Joe Flacco I know when he played for Baltimore.
That guy was traded.
I said when he played good in Baltimore.
Joe Flacco won the Super Bowl because of his defense.
You know what?
Come on.
You know what? You might be right. You know what? You might be right. We both got Las Vegas over Houston. I chose Las Vegas because Las Vegas hands down has better talent on that team than Houston does. Houston plays like a little girl team. They're scared. They're scared to hit people. I don't know.
I wouldn't go that far.
I went that far.
They just aren't playing NFL football.
They're playing like, oh my God, my nails just got done. I don't want to hit. No, tackle somebody. Shoot, tackle somebody. I just don't get it. They
have a talented team, man. Come on. They just do the best that they can, and that's it. I wououldn't say they play like little girls.
They do. My 5-year-old and my 6-year-old will play better football than that team. Just saying.
Give me this. And, hopefully there's nobody from Houston that's hearing this. after you say what you're going to say, is there a college team that can beat Houston?
Definitely. I don't like Alabama, but I think Alabama will smoke Houston.
What about Tennessee?
I think Tennessee will smoke Houston. Tennessee beat Alabama.
That was luck.
That was not luck.
Anyway.
To make things even better,
You said it.
I think Appalachian State will beat Houston.
You said Houston would lose to a college football team.
I did. And I gave you 3 names: Tennessee, Alabama, Appalachian State. And I got confidence in that.
What's the next game, man? Because you're going to have people looking for you.
Look, if they're fans with Houston, I'm sorry. You shouldn't be fans with Houston. Next game, we have the Chargers beating Seattle. You already know I got the Chargers winning. You already know why. I like that team. I like what I like their chances. I mean, that team this year is supposed to be really good.
What if? Now, I picked the Chargers as well, but what if this is the big upset game?
If Seattle beats Chargers, I think Seattle will have more confidence in themselves, and they would have confidence of going to the playoffs. They might need this.
Where does that put the Chargers? Where does that put the Chargers?
If Chargers don't beat Seattle, I think Chargers are done. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I think that level of losing is going to get to their mind and be like, wow, we have all this talent, we can't do nothing with it. And they're going to think about that constantly, and they're going to lose. I hate to say it because I want the Chargers to win, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think if Seattle comes to LA this Sunday and beats Chargers in LA, I think they're going to have a lot to think about. Why Seattle?
They should win this game. They should win this game hands down.
They should, but anything can happen. It's any Sunday. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. Upsets any time.
I can't wait to talk about this game next week in the upset column.
If we do that, I'm letting you know right now, the Chargers will not make the playoffs. I'm just going to say, if the Chargers lose against Seattle, they would not make the playoffs. And I have them going Super Bowl.
I have faith in the Chargers.
I got faith in the Chargers too, but if they lose against Seattle, they're done. Their playoff hopes are shot.
This game, if it's an upset, should be talked about with a great amount of stats.
Oh, definitely. I think I will go in more stat depth with this team because Seattle don't have nobody. So if Seattle wins, I have to look at every stat that Seattle happened, tackles, interceptions, like what happened, what made Seattle win. I have to do that because that's going to be the biggest upset of the week.
Might want to look at the Chargers stats too
because definitely. I mean, even though if Atlanta beats Cincinnati, it won't be the upset of the week like if Seattle beats the Chargers.
Yeah, you might have something there.
What about Kansas City?
I don't know.
Do you think Kansas City is going to – we both got to win against 49ers. Kansas City, they lost against the Buffalo Bills. They did. I think they want to show people that they still got the W in them after that loss. I think this is going to be the homecoming party for Patrick Mahomes and the rest of the Chiefs. I think they want to make the playoffs. I think they want to win that division. And they're going to show people like we can still do it. And I think they're going to put a whooping on 49ers because of it.
It's a Super Bowl rematch.
Definitely.
Why wouldn't this game give the 49ers some type of hype? Be like, you know what? We're going to prove that we should have won that Super Bowl.
But here's the thing. They can do it, but will they do it?
That remains to be seen. I, too, picked Kansas City for various reasons.
I mean, hands down, they got a better team than 49ers. Hands down. Next pick, of course, I picked Pittsburgh over Miami. Again, I have faith in Pittsburgh. Like I have the rest, like this whole year already. I've been picking Pittsburgh to win like you have, but that's your team. I just like – I know Pickett is in protocol, but I like Pickett. I like Harris. I like Watt. Even Watt is not playing yet, but I like Watt. That's why I got Pittsburgh winning because I like certain players on that team. and they want to prove something. They want to prove to everybody like, hey, we might be young or we might not have the line, but we can still get it done. Hands down, I think Pittsburgh's going to win.
I look at this game as a Minkah Fitzpatrick homecoming.
Oh, forgot about Fitzpatrick. He's gonna pick off Tua. Tua's coming back. He's gonna pick him off. First play of the game, he's gonna pick off Tua.
If I'm correct, I think Minkah is going to play this game.
He needs to. Pitt needs him to play.
I think he's going to play this game, and this would be again showing Miami how they screwed up and let him go.
Definitely. I mean, think about it. If Miami would have had him with Tua and Hill and Waddle, I think they would have been good. But that defense is not top notch like they needed to be. I think the reason why Miami keeps rolling is because of Tua, Hill, and Waddle. I mean, if they can,
I think Tua's going to be playing with that concussion on his mind.
That's true. That is true. That's what's going to hurt. But
but it'll be a good game. It's a what? Network game.
That's prime time. Yeah, prime time game. Can't believe they got Pittsburgh in prime time with them being 2-4.
Well, nobody predicted that. The schedule came out.
That is true.
Before the season started. So
before we move on, I know we don't got a lot of time left. Before we move on, I have to ask you this question with our audience listening. Do you think Pittsburgh is still playoff contenders?
I think Pittsburgh is going to be a 500 team.
Okay.
That's where I'll leave it. I would love for them to be in the playoffs. If they do go to the playoffs, hopefully it'll be at the hands of another team. But I think Mike Tomlin will keep his winning record.
Okay. Fair enough. Monday night, we have New England beating Chicago. Hands down, on pen and paper, New England's 10 times better than Chicago Bears. That's why I picked them. Matt Jones probably will be back. If he's not back, New England still will win.
So you picked New England. You picked Bill Belichick.
I did, and I talk a lot of smack about that team. But hands down, they're better than Chicago Bears. Chicago is a team that needs to rebuild. Every year we're almost there, but they're not rebuilding nothing. They haven't showed me nothing to rebuild. Where New England has.
Rebuild the stadium. They're going to get a dome, aren't they?
That's what they're talking about. I don't know why with this team that they got. This team right here is playing worse than the Houston Texans.
Well, I picked New England as well. I think New England should win. In the paper. This
might be one of those games, we got to talk about next week in upsets. I don't know.
Oh, God. Please don't let that be the case.
Try.
Please.
I know, because I'll be heated, because the Bears, again, is not a team that should win. And that might be the upset of week 2. I don't know. I guess fans, you guys got to let us know what y'all think with our picks. And let us know what upsets you guys got going on. Let us know who you guys got winning this week. I'd like to hear that. I haven't heard that from nobody yet, but I'd like to see you guys' picks. That way we can talk about those in the coming weeks as well. So give us your picks. Next week we'll read them out. So with that being said, I'm going to close it with this. Don't let fourth down get you.
And on my end, everybody knows talent and chemistry beats stats. I'm going to say stay penalty free, folks.
Don't forget to subscribe and like us. And if you got any comments, please get back with us. Let us know what